Some people save up their whole lives to buy their first property. I just bought 4 properties in 2 weeks, and this one is an absolute disaster. I'm Alan Abbas, real estate investor from Windsor, Ontario. If you saw one of my recent videos where I bought 3 properties in 30 days, I just topped that by buying 4 properties in 2 weeks for my 100 property challenge. In this video, I'm going to take you through all 4 properties. I'm going to tell you how I found them, how I financed them, and what my plan is for the long run. Now let's head inside and check out this disaster. So this is exactly how the tenant left it for the previous landlord. We bought it as is, where is, as usual. It's absolutely gross and disgusting. Thankfully, you guys can't smell it. That being said, this home is in a fantastic location, Forest Glade neighborhood of Windsor. This is like a B+ or A- neighborhood, sitting on a corner lot. Typical bi-level home or raised ranch. The upper level is 3 beds, 1 bath, and the lower level is going to be 2 beds, 1 bath. It already has a great entrance, so it's prime for 2 units on this one property. So I'm going to give you guys the tour. We're in the living room right now, and here we have the dining area and kitchen. And the fridge is absolutely disgusting, filled with rotten food and mold. And the sad part is the fridge is only 1 year old. And this lead came from an online lead. So from Google Leads, the seller was able to find us. And let's head over here and check out the bedrooms. So here we have 1, 2, 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And as usual, I financed this with a private lender. I picked this property up for $285,000. I got a private mortgage for $270,000, so I only had to put $15,000 down plus closing costs. And that's a fantastic price because houses in this area, fully done up, go for $550,000 to $600,000. So now let's head downstairs and take a look at the lower unit, and I'm gonna tell you guys what my plan is for the long term. So we're down here in the basement. The plan is to get rid of this wall and make it a kitchen and living room, and all the way in the front of the house we're going to divide it into 2 bedrooms, and we have a bathroom right around the corner. And when I came to see this property with the seller, he hadn't seen it in years because the tenant was a long-term tenant. He had no idea in the condition it was in. We had it negotiated at a higher price, and after I saw it, I said, hey, we got to renegotiate this, the purchase price. And he fully understood, and we ended up getting a great deal on it. And I couldn't even open this door. It was jammed shut. I literally had to boot it in, and I still can't open this door because it's just packed full of junk. So I'm gonna leave that to my contractor. I'm looking about a $80,000 renovation, plus or minus. And the plan is to keep this for the long term as one of the properties in my 100 property challenge / portfolio. And because it's in a fantastic location, it's gonna be 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, the corner lot, potential for possibly an ADU in the backyard. This is a moneymaker. So I don't want to just flip it, make a quick buck. I want to hang on to it because I know I will make a lot more money in the long run. So not only is this property a disaster because of all the junk left behind, one of the walls is completely filled with mold, and there's openings on the wall. The brick has been deteriorated. There's mice getting in, so we definitely have to tackle that and get it resolved. And especially before the winter season here in Canada, we don't want any of the plumbing pipes to freeze, so we need to secure the home, make sure we have heat running, and that way we protect our investment. Since I'm going to keep this property as one of my 100 properties for my portfolio, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to rent these 2 units separate to generate more income, or if I'm going to keep it as one single family home, 5 beds, 2 baths, and that way I'll make a little bit less money, but there's going to be less turnover, hopefully, and less headache with having 2 separate tenants in the same dwelling. So this is property 1 of 4. Now let's head on to the next property. This is property number 2 out of 4. This is in a fantastic location, Riverside neighborhood in Windsor, Ontario, which is an A-class area. This home is 3 beds, 1 bath. It's got a full basement that is partially finished and a single car garage. And wait till you guys see what's in the backyard. Let's head inside and check it out. All right, guys, we got the kitchen over here. And coming into the living room and the dining area. Now, the good thing about this property is a lot of the big ticket items have been already taken care of by the previous owner, such as the roof, The windows, the heating, cooling, hot water tank, all of that stuff is good. It's mostly just cosmetics. So coming into the kitchen over here, because this isn't gonna be a flip, I just decided to salvage the cabinets. We're just painting them. We removed the countertop, demolished the backsplash, so it's gonna have new counters, new backsplash, painted cabinets. And over this way, we have the 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. And behind this door, that takes you to the basement. We'll go there in a second. So 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. The bathroom is a full gut. I think we're gonna salvage the bathtub. There's a company that can reglaze it, so save some costs there. So how did I find this property? Well, the seller reached out to us online from our Google ads. They contacted our company, Maverick Capital. That's how I found the deal. And as usual, I financed the deal through private lenders. So I picked this property up for $350,000. I have a private mortgage for $320,000. So I did put down $30,000 plus closing costs for this deal. Now let me show you guys the unique layout of this property. So through this door leads you to the garage and to the basement. Now this door could be used for the basement unit. That was the original plan. But over here you also have like a 4th bedroom. Now this was an addition. That was a detached garage from what I can tell. So they added this room. They have a nice gas fireplace, really nice glass patio door, and the original plan was to finish the basement so I can have 2 units on 1 lot. Now that being said, I decided that I'm just going to renovate the top. I'm going to leave the basement unfinished for the time being. That way, anytime in the future, maybe when the tenant moves out down the road, I can complete the basement and add another unit. This door leads you to the garage, and in this rental market, which went down recently in Windsor, you really want every amenity you can have. So tenants are going to choose this property with a garage potentially over another property without a garage. So, and you can charge a little bit more money for rent. Now let's head downstairs to the basement. So this part of the basement is partially finished. It is old school paneling, ceiling tile. I'm just gonna leave it as is. It could be storage. And what is nice is you have really nice ceiling height. So for future development for a unit down here. And then over here is the rest of the open space. Newer furnace, new instant hot water tank. There's a newer AC outside. Electrical panel looks good. Again, nice ceiling height. You can see the joists, and then you have laundry back there. Now let's head outside and check out the backyard. As you can see, they used to have a pool. They didn't want it anymore, so they filled it in, which is kind of a shame. But for a rental, we don't want a pool anyway. Now, one negative thing about this property that I can say is the cement is sloped towards the property, which is definitely not how you want it. You want the cement sloped away from the property so the water doesn't just pour into the foundation. Thankfully, it is a dry basement, but it's probably just a matter of time before water gets into the basement. So eventually, this is something that needs to get taken care of. You could waterproof it from the inside, but this is the root cause, is the sloping of the cement. You'd have to rip out all the concrete and re-cement it, which is very costly. That's why I'm not worried about it right now. The basement's just gonna be storage, and it is dry for the time being, so I'm not gonna do anything about it now. It's just not worth the investment to redo this all. You're not gonna really get more value out of it, but potentially down the road, it could deter some buyers, because if you get a home inspection on this property, that's something that the home inspector is gonna point out right away. Nice backyard though. You have a nice backyard, seating area, you have a little lawn in this corner, and potentially down the road, because you have a driveway and corner lot, maybe the city will allow you to build an ADU. So that is something to consider down the road. If I cross that bridge and the city allows it, if it meets their requirements, maybe instead of just digging up this pool and getting rid of the cement, we can build another dwelling out here for a detached ADU. So always want to look for potential to further add value down the road. Now let's head over to property number 3. This is property number 3, another single family home. It's got 2 existing units. The upstairs is 3 beds, 1 bath, basically an in-law suite, currently rented for $1,500 a month, including utilities. The main floor was owner occupied. It's now vacant. It's 2 beds, 1 bath. I'm looking to rent it out for $1,700 a month, including utilities. And it's got potential for a 3rd unit in the basement, which could be a bachelor or a 1-bedroom, and that should rent for at least $1,000, if not $1,200 a month, including utilities. Now let's head inside and check it out. So we have the common entrance here that leads to the upstairs unit, and then the main floor entrance is right over here. Very spacious unit. We have the living area, dining area, the 2 bedrooms over here. That's the primary, that's the next one. The windows are in good shape. The previous owner did update 2 furnaces, 2 ACs, which is nice. And back over here, we have the bathroom and the kitchen, and there's another back door where the kitchen is that leads to the common area, the laundry area that's gonna be shared with all 3 units. And that back door is gonna be a common entrance for the basement unit as well. So once again, I found this property from our online advertising. The seller found us on Google, went on our website, filled out the web inquiry. I came and met him and we made the deal happen. And as usual, financed with a private lender. So I got this one for $342,000, and I believe I got about 90% financing or so. I think the mortgage is about $312,000 and some change. And the plan is to finish the basement unit, get all 3 units rented, go to the bank, get it refinanced, pull out my equity, and have a cheaper mortgage payment. And I'm gonna keep this property. It's a keeper, it's a cash cow, and it's gonna be one of the 100 properties. Now let's head down to the basement so you guys can take a peek. So this is the common area, the laundry, the hot water tank. This area can use a few touch-ups, nothing major. And then down these steps, we got the basement unit. So what's nice about this basement unit is the owner did a lot of the work already. So he did the waterproofing, he added the sump pump, he's got decent sized windows, he did the drywall. All that's left really is the flooring, paint, and maybe some touch-ups over there, and we need to install the kitchen. The plumbing is already roughed in, and there's another room around the corner, so that would be like an office or a den, and there's already a finished bathroom here. So once again, that's saving us a lot of costs for the renovations. So if we go over here around the corner, you see the furnace. This is where the plumbing is roughed in. You have a completely finished bathroom here. Really nice to have. And then here is the unfinished room. Again, not a legal bedroom. There's a small old window that should probably get replaced, but it does lead to under the front deck. So this still could be used as an office space or den, just not like a legal bedroom. But it is spacious. You have decent ceiling height. Maybe not necessarily a legal unit, but it's an in-law suite, or you can keep it part of the main floor. That being said, it's still 3 self-contained units. Now let's head over to our final stop, property number 4. Welcome to our last stop. This is property number 4. This is a 3-bed, 1-bath on a crawl space in the west side of town, and this one is already sold. So I did a wholetail on it, which means I bought it privately off market and I immediately sold it on the market in as-is condition. All I had to do was demolish the garage, which was already dilapidated and falling over, and we ripped out the carpet, did junk removal, and we just listed on the market as is. We got multiple offers, and this one's closing at the end of the month. Quick in and out, just the way we like it. Now let's head inside and check it out. It's got a little sunroom here, walking into the living room. This home was originally 2 bedrooms. They have an addition in the back. We got a bedroom behind here, and then coming over to the kitchen area. The kitchen does have an awkward layout. So you have the sink here and the cabinets over here. So it's best to reconfigure the whole layout. It's got older windows, yellow paint. The second bedroom, old school bathroom with just a tub. There is no shower. So the sellers were elderly and they told me that's how they grew up. They didn't take showers, they just took baths. So a little different. And that's why I didn't want to get into a full renovation, because that's going to take months. That's going to take tens of thousands of dollars. And I got it cheap enough where I had equity and I could just buy it and resell it. Leave some profit margin for the next guy. And then back here, this is the addition. This is the utility / laundry area with the hot water tank. And this is the 3rd bedroom. There is a rear driveway for parking where the dilapidated garage was, but we took it down. Now let's talk about how I found the deal. The seller came to us online through our website, and I asked them, hey, how did you hear about us? And they actually saw one of my signs at another property. So we have our signs out front. Maverick Capital bought this house. They saw that and they went online, and I got in touch with them, and I was able to pick up this property for $120,000, and we sold it for $225,000 with a healthy profit. Now, I did not want to keep this as one of my 100 properties because the location isn't the greatest. It's on a crawl space. It's a small home. It needs a lot of work. So I'm just deciding that I want to keep the best properties. If they have 3+ bedrooms, if they have a basement potential for a unit, and if they're in a better location, those are the ones I want to keep for the long run for the 100 properties. And those properties I can generate more rental income. So after I refinance, the cash flow will be very slim, and I don't want to get stuck in a 3-month renovation. So for those reasons, I decided to sell this one off, generate some money that I can invest into these other properties. So make sure you guys smash the like button, hit subscribe, and follow me along as I buy 100 properties over the next 5 years.